Thank you very much, Elizabeth Hurley.
Yeah?
Good morning to you.
Elizabeth Hasselbeck, Brian Kilmeade.
Hey, good to see you.
Good to be here.
We're wearing the same things as last hour, but if you're just waking up now, this looks all brand new, and we do have a lot of news to report.
We do. We've got a Fox News alert, top of this hour. U.S. airstrikes have taken out 3 senior ISIS terrorists, including the top aide to ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. He was killed in the terrorist stronghold of Mosul.
There was a lot of speculation that he died yesterday, speculating the president. Well, meanwhile, other speculation that the president got the news when Secretary of State John Kerry passed him this note during yesterday's NATO meeting in Wales.
This morning, there's a new target, though. The FBI are now hunting for this guy you see here, a tech-savvy American from Boston, believed to be the mastermind behind ISIS's brutal social media blitz. Elizabeth Pran joins us live from Washington. Good morning to you, Elizabeth. What more do we know about this guy?
Well, we know the FBI is heating up its search for him. Officials here in the U.S. are using media in hopes to track down this so-called media expert by publishing this picture of Ahmad Abu Samra and playing this recording of his distinct voice tone, hoping that someone may come forward with information.
If they don't have a warrant, they don't have the right to do that. Make sure you tell your mother that next time, because they might scare her. You know what I'm saying?
Abu Samra is suspected of being an architect behind the internet and social media blitz the terror group has become so advanced at. That includes the gruesome YouTube videos and Twitter propaganda posts. He grew up in a nice neighborhood right outside of Boston, the same city where he went to college, before reportedly traveling back to the Middle East back in 2004, where he worked essentially on media outreach for al-Qaeda in Iraq. While many say there's still more evidence needed to confirm the suspicion, some experts say he has all the tools that he would need to be an effective asset at inflicting global terror.
Sometimes the pen is more powerful than the sword, and I think that's exactly what they're using, or it seems like they might be using this individual for.
Officials may say he may be in Syria. The 32-year-old is already wanted on 9 terrorism-related charges. Elizabeth, Steve, Brian, back to you guys.
All right, Elizabeth Pran down to D.C., we thank you very much. Speaking of terrorism, everybody's looking toward next week. It will be the anniversary of September the 11th. What's interesting now is, you know those 37,000 kids who streamed across our southern border over the last year or so? Where did they go? Federal government isn't telling us that. All we do know for sure is that our southern border is wide open. And now there's a report from Judicial Watch that apparently ISIS is working in the border town across the river from El Paso, Ciudad Juarez. There's a lot of chatter, radio chatter and other things, talk indicating that ISIS is going to carry out an attack on the border very, very soon. Could be car bombs, could be vehicle-borne bombs. Don't know. There's just a lot of talk about how ISIS is across the river and could come over at any time.
And maybe targeting Fort Bliss, so they're on alert, and they've changed some of their security tactics, reportedly, just in case that would happen. Also, Rick Perry brought that up yesterday in a speech. He says, we have no clear evidence, but your common sense tells you when we see the number of criminal activities that have occurred, the assaults, the rapes, the murders, by individuals who have come into this country illegally over the last 5 years, it would not surprise him.
Here's
what I will share with you, that we've seen historic high levels of individuals from countries with terrorist ties over the course of the last months. The obvious great concern that because of the condition of the border from the standpoint of it not being secure and us not knowing who is penetrating across, that individuals from ISIS or other terrorist states could be, and I think that it's a very real possibility that they may have already used that.
Okay. Sure, the pieces of the puzzle seem to indicate that. The senior military official spoke with Judicial Watch this week and actually revealed that they only raise these security alerts when clear and present threats are present. So they're not. This isn't anything to be taken lightly. They're making these adjustments because they do feel as though something may indeed happen, indicated by evidence on the ground.
Sure. Rick Perry said in that soundbite, he said ISIS could be. Well, now, according to Judicial Watch, ISIS is in the Mexican border town of Ciudad Juarez, and they want to do something.
But remember when Janet Napolitano, didn't she say the border was secure? former Homeland Security, right? I mean, we've got the
I think Harry
information
Reid
out
said
there.
that.
Yeah, Harry Reid, I think, confirmed it as well. It's secure.
Well, let's hope he's